Give it out here, but it's not going to get that steal. Saudi Arabia not giving up. Going on the left side, Henry Jones understanding what's at stake. Like you said, just keep pouring on those points so you have that great lead so they cannot come back the second game. But then a great mid-range, 50-24.
Absolutely impressive stuff. And, hey, look, if you're the Saudis, you got to be focusing on, like, what can you hang your hat on? You know, what was actually going well for you and what can we do, as we're now going to kick over to the beginning of the second game between the Philippines and New Zealand. Remember, point differential 11 if I'm not mistaken. So the Kiwis win this one by 12 and they get the dub.
3-0. Philippines up. Only Sensei giving it to Mona. Keeping it calm. Flumento, 4 seconds left in the shot clock. It's cracking down, but getting that mid-range and knocking it again. He did come to me before saying, yo, the team is definitely going to work on the mid-range game, finding those easy shots. Threes are great, but them twos sometimes are better.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we go. And if you're just joining, it is the Philippines who are in the blue jerseys right there, just like the ones they're wearing in real life right here and are being sold over there. The merch shop as well. It'll be the Kiwis in the white jerseys. And, yeah, the Kiwis got to win by about 12 points or at least 11 to send it to OT. Impressive stuff so far. It is a tight affair, and really it came down to that three-point shooting by New Zealand. Wasn't quite up to par. If they make 3 more of those threes, like I said, it's a very tight game.
It is a tight game indeed, but LCB, again, another mid-range stroking it green, 5-2, keeping it nice and calm. As you notice, there's not a lot of rush shots, not a lot of contested shots. They're taking their time, finding that open position on the court, and then be able to knock it down with how long they've been playing NBA 2K.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see really good defense, though, from both teams on and off the ball. The player movement off the ball is critical here. Probably going to, unnecessary foul because he was very close to a 3-second offensive violation. That resets the shot clock, gives the New Zealanders a second chance at this one.
Second chance indeed, getting the inbound wish right there in that corner. Nobody's on him. Crazy cross-court pass. Wasn't up, was just a straight beam line, but then knocking it down again. Green bean, 5-5, New Zealand tying it.
Nice shooting right there. Really impressive stuff. And, yeah, look, I don't think New Zealand are going to panic at all whatsoever. Well-coached, well-disciplined team. They got their heads screwed on those young lads. Very, very capable. They'll just be thinking, okay, guys, let's play our game. Let's come back into it in this one. But the one thing Philippines did incredibly well, though, they had a few more steals than New Zealand in that first game. So they were a bit more sticky, hand in the cookie jar when it came to defense. I want to see New Zealand do a little bit of that this game as well.
Let's see again the stats for the Philippines. They did play 8 games and up to 13 to qualifiers because they were subbing back and forth. Ice Too Fast was averaging 21 and also Clue 15 points. Social 7.8, but also 1.4 steals. So he's definitely a defensive player. And Don Preetz 9 points with 12 rebounds and also 3.8 assists. They're a very unselfish team, and if they keep it going, they can come out on top.
Absolutely. As we see yet another steal there and a gliding and one dunk. Little man getting his Spud Webb on, hanging off the rim. That is going to make the scoreline a little bit unflattering for New Zealand, but he rims out, missing the free throw. Again, though, another steal as we see an attempted steal right there. Oh, that will actually count. There we go. This is what I'm talking about. You're basically turning turnovers into points. That's what it's all about if you're the Philippines.
Yep, and really quick, when it came to that Portugal-Saudi Arabia game, it's 58-32 with 3:30 left in the fourth. But concentrate on the hometown heroes going against the Kiwis. You know they can fight. They're making it as tight as they can. Flumento able to score over 50 points in a game. You cannot leave him open, but it's the second time so nice. We saw it twice, 9-8.
Really shows the importance of those offensive rebounds and turning them into points as well. Any opportunity to get a leg up on your opponent, that's what you're looking for. So here come the Philippines back the other way. Zaval toting the rock like an absolute pro here. Big man making a nuisance of himself. Social with the pump fake in the corner, kicks it back out to Ice. Too fast. Again, 2 to shoot. Gotta have it. Great defense. No shot clock violation. It left his hands. The Zebras let him play, Vince, and that's a three-pointer for the ages.
All in the meta. I don't know what kind of cryptocurrency they getting, but they're doing their job. I like it. Flumento doing it to Mona on top of the key, understanding how he's going to shoot that with so much suffocating defense from the Philippines. But Wish getting some space. Nobody on it. Give and go. Flumento, he can definitely score. I would have been back-to-back, but he misses at the 10.
Ooh, finding the open man. It's Ice again. Gonna bang it home, and don't look now, but the Philippines getting a little bit of big momentum Big Mo showing up. It's a 7-point lead.
They're trying to be the apex predators of this tournament, eFIBA Season 3, and now a foul. 15-8. Philippines put in some work, yo.
And speaking of apex predators, shout out to our sponsor as well, Predator. Absolutely phenomenal from Acer. This arena right here, all of the equipment, you love to see it. Discover the power and dominate the game with Predator. Hashtag it lies within.
That's what I'm talking about. And now down the stretch, LCB getting a nice little steal from the back. Nope, it was a foul. But he tried to keep that hand right in that passing lane. But as I said, keep your hands to yourself. If you're going to touch them, you're going to get possession. And you got to be careful of getting in that bonus because you don't want to give up free throws.
And this is danger time right here for the Kiwis, okay? We've seen this movie. Now we're watching the sequel. New Zealand cannot allow the Philippines to pull away. A little bit of lackadaisical clock management right there, as it is now going to be inbounds for quarter number 2. Philippines, 7-point lead, but New Zealand have looked much improved in this game. They just got to get back on the bike right here.
Wish right now giving up a little bit of space, but give and go to Mona. Nice little shutter pass back to Flamento. As you see, they're really crashing and understanding they had to close out, but I think that was tipped, and it couldn't go down. Great offensive rebound from New Zealand, and then a foul, keeping the possession.
Man, the Philippines are flying around off the ball, Vince. Really good rotation defensively right there. I love that shot that they worked right there, the Kiwis, but a hand up makes it go from a 90% three-point attempt to a 0%. Really great hustle right there. Flamento with the big man. Solomona working their magic at the top of the key. Fadeaway 3 on the move. A little bit of momentum now for New Zealand. Can they capitalize on this? We're seeing the full court pressure on the inbounds. And now it looks as though, I thought they were going to spring a trap right there, but they don't. They're sticking to their zone. And they have been moving really, really well. Since this Philippines team, they are peaking at the right moment.
Ice too fast. Ice in his veins. Man, that shot was so cold. It's like a frozen polar bear in the Arctic. But 18-11, they are not giving up at all. I'm loving the coaching. I'm loving the fight. But I got to give it to New Zealand. They're not giving up as well. Only since they're giving up to Mona, understanding he ain't going to shoot that 3 a lot, but he is a facilitator. Wish going for that mid-range, but then hand in the passing lane. That was high octane. Red Bull may give you wings, but giving them hands as well.
Absolutely great defense here from the Philippines as we see a reach-in foul. And again, getting a little bit handsy, but I like that. I think they're going to force some turnovers here in New Zealand. They got to keep trying to get the hand in the cookie jar. Sometimes it gets slammed shut, though. So keep it up here as we see 𝐒𝐿 working the pick and roll to Dom Preach. Preach! Big man working down low, gets his own board and the putback. That's a hustle bucket right there.
Preach right now saying, Lord, I can do the work for you. 20-11, only a 9-point game. 3:16 left in the second. Mona getting a little bit on the floor, but you got to be careful. You see Wish, a little bit of cold right there, a bit of a cold spell. He better start heating up somehow. They need him on the offensive side. Flamento going on that right, trying to cross into Boston, but the hands are so scrappy when it comes to the Philippines, but they don't care about the foul. They're just showing their aggressiveness.
No, I mean, they've turned so many turnovers into points at this stage that it's even worth getting into the bonus. I think this is a much improved defensive team, and we noticed that throughout all the qualifiers as well. A lot of teams saw USA and just decided, you know what, we have got to improve our defense, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. Is we have a result in game number 1 between Portugal and Saudi Arabia. Wow, 64-46. That is a massive 28-point victory right there for the Portuguese. They were on absolute fire, and they had 3 players close to 20 points there, Vince, into double digits, and they absolutely shot the lights out right there. 8 of 13 from beyond the arc. That's massive.
Yep, 18 points from Simon B. Bond, 18 points from Henry Jones, the law firm. I love seeing it. We're going back to Philippines versus New Zealand, a 10-point affair, 2:16 left in the second. Mona, being that big fella, couldn't get it out of the under the paint. You got to be careful of the 3 seconds, but able to dribble it out. Wishing upon a star and hitting it from far, knocking it down, keeping the game close.
Now that's an impressive clutch three-pointer right there. It's again what we have is a low-scoring affair, which will actually favor the team that is behind, because if they can get on a little bit of a roll, we know how good these teams are right here. 7-point differential, but it's not an insurmountable lead at all whatsoever. under 2 minutes to play, but it's so hard to keep up with the Filipinos. That time, it rims out an uncharacteristic miss, and this is a massive opportunity here for the Kiwis.
Oh, man, lose your feet, baby. You can't be jumping on that. You got to be careful, but they did not capitalize on it. Flamento, understanding from the right side, trying to get some kind of open space, suffocating defense. That's a deep range right there. Man, that's so much range. It was 5G, baby. Love seeing it.
5G indeed. Wowzers, what a shot. And we got a tight game right here, 4 points. Now remember, best of 2. New Zealand have to get at least an 11-point win to send it to overtime, okay? 12 points and they get the win-win. That's what it's all about. That's what I love about this best of 2. So it actually favors the Philippines to slow things down, to milk the clock, to milk the scoreboard.
Now let's see it. But then knocking it down once again. The Philippines are focused, lasered in, infrared eyes, just being, as we said before, that apex predator of the Asia region. Now Mona, again, he is that captain. He also played in the Piston when it came to the NBA 2K League, so he has a lot of experience, also a lot of knowledge when it comes to this game of NBA 2K, and this is NBA 2K25 Pro and Mon. Each different avatar has their own player. It is offline, so let's keep it going. And who's going to come out on this time?
And that might be the first time a mullet was ever seen in Detroit, mate. I love it, man. He's got the big, the French pronounce it moulet. It's a beautiful mullet right there representing, well, you know, the Southern Cross. My neck of the woods right there as we see another good shot right there. It is a 4-point lead. We've just got a 1 second differential between play clock and game clock right here, so expect the Philippines to milk this all the way down for the final possession of the first half. 𝐒𝐫𝐤 with the rock in the triple threat. Big man making a nuisance of himself like they do so well. Good defense rotationally, but Preach gonna throw it down with the Shaq attack dunk. All it was missing was a broken backboard, Vince.
That Don is being the Don of the big fellas here in NBA 2K25 eFIBA Season 3. Not scared at all, but I got to give credit to the Kiwis. Just like a rugby match, it's just fight after fight after fight. Break my nose, take my arm off. I'm still running down that field. And now you see it's a 4-point affair. It was a double digit for a while, but they never give up. That's that grit. That's that dog. And they know they can put so much more in this game, and they may be able to get that 12-point lead and come out on top for the best of 2.
And I love that shot we see right there. This is a fantastic setup. You're seeing how close the fans can get to the players as well. A lot of good etiquette, a lot of golf etiquette. I'm liking that as well. Not being too loud, but everybody locked in, hydrating. A massive second half coming up here between New Zealand and the Philippines. Philippines got it done in game 1. Trying to get it done here in game 2, but the Kiwis have something to say about it as Horsey, that man's been a little bit quiet. Look for him to have a massive tournament, a nice drive and an offensive board from the big man. The Piston down low and a reach-in foul.
Reach-in foul indeed, and you see other teams watching patiently. Brazil doing some homework. Shout out to the coach, Nick Cottrell, keeping them focused because they're about to play in just a couple of hours. But as you can see, another game is happening. Saudi Arabia versus Portugal, and let's see if they can flip it aside.
Absolutely. And look, it was obviously a big win for Portugal in game number 1 right there. 28-point victory. That is a massive mountain to climb for the Saudis. But hey, if anyone can do it, it's one of the 8 teams here who made the finals.
All right, going to the left side. Understanding 28-24, a 4-point game. Don Preach, big fella, getting fouled. All right, getting a little bit bossy right there. I think he dropped his shoulder. That could have been a charge.
Yeah, nearly, right? But this is just one of those tight games, man, those classic contests. It's like a snow game, yeah? As Social passing up on the 3, hitting 𝐒𝐫𝐤 at the top, and he will make it rain from beyond the arc, stroking a green. A beautiful shot. And, yeah, every possession absolutely critical in this one, Vince. In such a low-scoring game, those 1 percentiles, they add up.
Wish unable to keep the possession, but almost got a turnover. Flamento keeping the game fluid. Going to the top of the key, a give and go to the big fella. Great recovery defense, and then a quick switch, and then unable to knock it down. Like you see, 31-24, 3:28 left. As you see, focus. Mona as the captain talking to his teammates, trying to bring them together. They got to rally. They got to do a lot more work if they want to come out on top.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, coach calls them 1%ers, right? And they do add up in such a low-scoring game. As we see a nice open 3, you got to knock that down. That was unlucky. They worked it well. Just slightly off right there. as the Don trying to make him offer they can't refuse, finds 𝐒𝐫𝐲 at the top of the key once again. He has just been so agile on the sticks, pulling up for three. Great defensive board here and a quick transition. Good hustle back defensively. Look at that. That's impressive stuff from the Philippines.
Hustle back indeed. Let's see how they're going to respond really quick. Second game that's going on, you may not be seeing it on our Twitch channel or YouTube or TikTok. 4-8. Saudi Arabia is actually leading Portugal with 2:37 left in the first.
And we have a massive three-pointer here, though, in the Philippines-New Zealand game. Cuts the lead to 4 again. This has been as close as they've been able to get since tip-off. What can they do? Social, working it to the Don. Down low, back out. Oh, miscommunication, and the ball goes out of bounds. One of the rare mistakes we've seen from the Philippines. This is a massive possession and opportunity. Oh, it was a hand in the passing lane. That's why. So it's actually going to be the Philippines. They keep the ball right here. They find the open man, and he banks home the 3. Ooh, it's a tight margin game, Vince. Really impressive shooting.
Shot was more reliable than Tanjiro from Demon Slayer protecting his blade. It's just quick, clean, and just striking that defense. And then heartbreaker. But Mona getting on the right side. Almost a travel, but a smart timeout. You saw that little realism, though. He was doing a little stinky leg underneath the rim.
They were indeed. Look, words of encouragement right there from the El Capitano to the team, getting the lads on the same page. Good comms, critical. Horsey, oh, a pickpocket right there. It's the big man rumbling down the court right there. They catch up to him, though. That's a wide load. They caught him up, Vince.
Looking like the $5 million man. Just but the mid-range from LCB, baby, knocking it down for the Philippines, getting that lead to 36-27.
Absolutely phenomenal stuff from the Philippines. I mean, that is the way to crush those hopes and dreams. In the other game, the Saudi Arabia team have a 6-point lead. Still a massive mountain to climb, but they have bounced back really nicely. The Kiwis get a bucket of their own. What can they do here? 90 seconds to play in the third, Vince. They've got to claw a little bit closer to give themselves a chance at a dub in game number 2.
Let's see them claws indeed. Keep fighting, keep climbing. But also let you know this is Pro-Am mode once again, 5-on-5 here for eFIBA Season 3. And everyone is trying to mesh together. It's all about team chemistry. And Dom Breach climbing that ladder once again, knocking it down, ripping down the rim, 38-29.
Beautiful dunk. Yeah, Pro-Am mode, 5v5. So you're seeing each of the avatars on the court, controlled by players. We see another pickpocket right there. It has been really the difference in this one. Turnovers into points. That's what the Philippines have been doing. They've been picking those pockets all day, and it looks so good.
So good indeed. LCB, that point guard, giving him go and knock down right down the hole. Social, again, another slammer jammer, and getting more talking. You see, they're right across each other. Trash talking is involved in the game.
And early on it was going both ways, but it's been one-way traffic now for about 7 quarters, okay? But here we go. Again, that sticky defense. These are the fouls that the Philippines don't mind giving up because they are getting steals and turning them into points, taking maximum effort, maximum opportunity. Flametto doing a fantastic job trying to work his open 3 right here. Really good defense, though. Good rotational defense from the Philippines. The big man just going to have to take those points, gets his own board, kicks it out. But I believe we had a foul. He's going to the line.
All right, Mona at the foul line again. Shots with games, but free throws win championships. They're in the bonus. So now the Philippines have to be careful about that fouls. I did say before that Red Bull was giving you wings and gave him a lot of hands, but when you get too many hands, you're going to give away free points, and now you're making it a 9-point game with 29 seconds left in the third.
No, fair point, Vince. Absolutely. So far, so good for the Philippines, though, in their opening best-of-2 series here against New Zealand. I've liked what the Kiwis have done as well. The difference has been those steals and those three-point shots as we see another pick and roll. Hey, that's fixable, though. That's coachable. That's something they can fix before the next game, the Kiwis, and they're going to have to because there is no let-up when it comes to eFIBA Season 3 World Finals. A lot of teams playing back-to-back series.
Wish right now, little floaty, trying to find that glass again, unable to get it, but offensive board and then hitting it up. End of the third quarter as they are trying to reset, and they keep coming back. 42-31, LCB keeping that control for the Philippines, trying to find an open man, and the give and go has been extremely effective, like a submarine door. But then it's a nice deep 3, but unable to knock it down. Let's see if New Zealand can answer back.
Oh, another steal there. A hand up in the passing lane and a reach-in foul. You're seeing the chirping. The fans absolutely love it. And, that is going to be a transitional foul right there. There we go.
As you see, Mona right now standing on top, talking across the screen. Now, like I said, everyone's going to try and get each other heads. I played real-life basketball. Sometimes the game is mental, not just physical. Let's see if we can throw them off their game. 43-31, 4:30 left into the fourth. Let's see if the Kiwis can hit back.
Absolutely. Look, still some time left in this one. Now, they will need to at least win by 11 points, though, Vince. That's the key. And 12 if they want to take this series. It's not impossible at all. That's exactly the type of transition bucket they need. If they can bang it home, they do. Don't look now, but the Kiwis climbing out of that dungeon at the moment, looking good.
Creeping back like a monster underneath the bed. You got to check it because then they're going to take your ankles. But Laval, LCB, unable to knock it down. But Clue, beautiful crash into the rim, keeping the possession on the Philippine side. LCB keeping control, trying to find that give and go. Getting that corner three, P.I. Social, understanding he didn't need that at all. Ice too fast, keeping it quick. But then that was a little hand up, so what? But unable to knock the cup.
And the quick transition three again in the corner of the Kiwis. That's back-to-back three-pointers. Look out. That was some of the best transition play we've seen from them, peaking at exactly the right moment.
3-ball, corner pocket. You got to knock it down when it's open. As you see the team getting hydrated because there's a lot more gameplay today here at eFIBA Season 3 at the SMX Convention Center in Clark, Philippines. Now, as you see, LCB trying to keep that control, giving it up, ice too fast. Looking for the pick and roll. Let's see, he's going to give it to the big fella. Great defense from New Zealand, really keeping the clamp, but trying to go up. But that would have been a crazy dunk, but that was a smart foul right there.
Yeah, I don't hate that foul at all. I like that one, in fact, Vince. I think both teams recognizing the significance of this possession as the little man gets loose and throws it home with two hands. That was a big-time bucket from the smallest of players.
That dunk had more power than Manny Pacquiao right there. It don't matter about the size of the dog in the fight, but the fight of the dog in the fight, and I like it.
Absolutely, as we see a reach-in foul right there. Only an 8-point game. The Kiwis, they look down on themselves, though. Like, they just got a memory of a goldfish. Flush that one away before the next game. I mean, they're still in this one right here, but can't be beating yourself up too much because it's been a valiant effort so far.
Either win by an inch or a mile. Winning is winning. You got to get that win so you got the momentum going in another game. New Zealand got a crazy schedule ahead of them, so you got to keep that morale up. Clue, give it up to LCB. Definitely keeping control of the tempo. 6 seconds left in the shot clock. Another big bomb. Dunk right there. Social ripping down that rim.
Wow, lots of dunks from the Filipinos here in front of their hometown fans. You love to see it. Kiwis not out of this one just yet, but the fat lady is warming up, Vince. Only 2.5 minutes to play in a 10-point deficit. They need to come back in a hurry right here.
And really quick, the other game that you're watching live, Saudi Arabia versus Portugal, 26-13 with 2 minutes left in the second. The Saudis are trying to be the kings of this group.
They are, but I mean, they're going to have to win by 29 points. Again, best of 2 series means that you are seeing like distinct playing styles, especially when it comes to the second game. The team that might have the advantage is sometimes pumping the brakes as we approach the 2-minute mark here in game number 2 between the Philippines, the host nation, and New Zealand. And so far, the Philippines, they can pump the brakes a little bit in this one, control the tempo. They know they got the win in game number 1. They know they don't have to rush to anything right here. But the Kiwis on the other side are just going to be going pedal to the metal, try to score as many points as quickly as possible right now.
And really shout out to the crowd here at the SMX Convention Center, rooting their home team on. All right, make some noise if you can hear me. Let me hear you, crowd. Let's go. 49-39, Philippines up.
You love to see it. Just that double-digit lead they've been able to maintain for most of the fourth quarter here, Vince. Zaval waiting for that pick and roll. Ooh, using his feet there. Get that ball out of bounds. Filipinos all smiles. They look happy. The body language says, hey, job nearly done. Under 2 to play here. Kiwis trying to get back into this one. Flametto rims out and a big defensive board. Good transition. As we see, a foul down the other end right there. I thought that might have been a charge, but it looks like they're going to get him for a block. Well, they're in the bonus as well.
Frustration push right there. Understanding Clue knocking down the free throw, 51-39, extending the lead with 1:41 left.
Impressive stuff right there. I like the hustle defense, though, from the Kiwis. So there's definitely been, like, some bright spots here, without a doubt. As we see a worked open three, it does rim out. And again, transition. Both teams trying to catch each other, napping at the other end, but the defense has been good so far. Clock is your friend if you're the Philippines, so they can just let this tick-tock all the way down.
Yeah, and also shout out to Saudi Arabia versus Portugal, 30-15, 30 seconds left in the half. Second has been absolutely domination by Saudi Arabia, but a good dunk from Portugal, making 17-30.
Big man shoot free throw. Big man make free throw. Don, preach, making him an offer he cannot refuse right here. It rims out. It is a 13-point lead for the Philippines right here. Add that to the 11-point lead from game number one. They have a cumulative 24-point lead. Flametto, great defense again from the Philippines, just not allowing him to climb back up the court and work his open shot. You can see they've been studying the film.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, the Philippines are on top right now, 52-39. They definitely discovered their power and dominating the game with Predator. And shout out to Predator once again for giving all this amazing equipment so we can have this event here in the Philippines.
Absolutely. Philippines have been a gracious host all week. Like we said, greeted with smiles off the plane. It's been absolutely brilliant. The staff, the team behind the scenes making all of this happen. It really did take an army to get it done. Impressive stuff.
33-17 going into the second half with Portugal and Saudi Arabia. Just a straight 180. The game has switched. But as you see, New Zealand still fighting as much as they can, but they got more games throughout the day. 54-41, 37 seconds left.
Absolutely. And, yeah, look, I've been impressed by what we've seen from the host nation as they drop in another three. This one getting away from the Kiwis. I feel like game number one came down to three-point shooting. And game number two, though, the steals, the defense from the Philippines, and their ability to make the clutch shots is really what showed up as Sensei banks home a three of his own. A lot of talent on that New Zealand team. A lot of capability. You know, this can just be the warm-up game. That's the way they need to approach it. They got to bounce back in the next game. And honestly, they came out against the host nation who you know were going to give their biggest and best performance. So impressive start from the Philippines. The host nation getting the dub in game number one. You can see the sportsmanship, the camaraderie right there as we've got 12.6 to play. But that is just about all she wrote in this one. 𝐸𝐴𝐵 just going to bang home that one right there. We'll see the inbounds. And that'll be it for game number one. Well, I should say, second game, series number one.
Series number one, winning both games. But again, I love the sportsmanship. But also, you got to love the trash talking. Understanding, look, after the game is done, we're all amongst the same community. We all love NBA 2K. We're in the 2K25 era. And look, the great thing about it is that they understand it is a game, but you got to take it seriously.
No, without a doubt. I mean, they were chirping at each other right there, but look, handshakes, respect. Of course, we have all the teams staying in the same hotel. Everybody's getting to know one another.